Intara.
I remember waking up in that hospital bed, the harsh fluorescent lights blinding me, a tube down my throat making every breath a struggle. Panic shot through me as I reached for my stomach, only to find it flat. My baby. Where was my baby? A nurse leaned over me, her voice soft. Your daughter is alive. She's in the NICU. She's small but strong. I started sobbing uncontrollably. The relief was overwhelming, but then I asked about my family. The nurse's hesitation said it all. No one from my family had come. I asked for my phone. There were no missed calls or texts from my mom, but there was an Instagram post from my sister, Lily. She was on a luxury yacht, sipping champagne, captioning it "Living the Dream." In that moment, I felt a cold anger settle in my chest. I fumbled for my phone with my left hand, my right arm in a cast. I opened my banking app and scrolled through 9 years of automatic transfers. Every month, like clockwork, for $1,500 had been going to my parents. Nearly $500,000, and not once had they said thank you. I tapped the screen. Cancel transfer. Are you sure? Yes. Another tap. Cancel transfer. Are you sure?
Yes.
3 taps, and it was over. For the first time in almost a decade, I felt a weight lift off my chest. 3 hours later, my grandfather, Mr. Thompson, walked into my room. He was a tall man, his silver hair neatly trimmed, his eyes sharp and full of wisdom. He carried a thick folder. "Grandpa," I choked out. He sat down beside me, taking my hand. "Tara, I've known about the money for a while. I've been watching." He opened the folder, revealing bank statements. "Your mother has been taking advantage of you. She's been telling everyone you're selfish, when in fact, you've been the one supporting them all these years." I was stunned. "Why didn't you say anything?"
He sighed.
"I made the same mistake with your grandmother. I saw the problems but stayed silent, hoping they'd fix themselves. I won't make that mistake again." Just then, my father, Mr. Harris, walked in. His eyes were red-rimmed, and he looked broken. "I couldn't stay silent anymore, Tara. I called your grandfather." Before I could respond, my mother, Mrs. Harris, walked in. She was dressed in expensive clothes, her makeup perfectly done. She rushed to my bedside, saying, "Tara, my dear, I came as soon as I heard." But I knew the truth. I knew she'd been at a high-end spa when I was in the accident, and she'd chosen that over being with me. "Mom," I said, my voice steady, "I'm done. For 9 years, I've sent you money, sacrificing my own dreams. You've told everyone I'm selfish, but you're the one who's been taking advantage. I won't do it anymore." My mother's face turned white, then red. She tried to argue, but I cut her off. "It's over. I've given you a chance to change, but you haven't. From now on, we're done." My grandfather stood up. "Linda, I'm changing my will. You've shown me who you really are." My mother's composure shattered. "You can't do this. Megan needs the money." Grandpa shook his head. "Megan has never learned to be responsible because you've always given her everything. It's time for her to grow up." Looking back, it all started when I was 25, fresh out of college. I got my first real paycheck, and it felt like a miracle. Then my mom called, crying, "Tara, your father had a heart problem. We don't have good insurance, and the bills are piling up. We're in danger of losing the house." I didn't hesitate. I agreed to send them $2,000 a month. She never said thank you. Instead, she said, "This is what daughters do." Over the years, the amount increased. Lily wanted to start a fashion business, and my parents said they needed more money. I adjusted my budget, canceled my vacations, and took on extra work. My boyfriend at the time, Mark, noticed. "Tara, when are we going to think about our future?" I always brushed him off, saying I needed to save more for my family. One day, I saw Lily post a photo of a designer handbag on Instagram. I almost confronted my mom, but I told myself it was okay. Maybe she needed it. That was the first of many lies I told myself. When I got pregnant, I thought things would change. I called my mom to tell her the news and to say that I needed to reduce the monthly transfers. She got angry, saying I was being selfish and that my father's medications were expensive. As my pregnancy progressed, I was exhausted, still sending the money. Mark sat me down one day with a spreadsheet. Tara, you've given them $486,000. That's our future. What are we teaching our daughter if you keep doing this? I was scared to stop. What if they hated me? But then the accident happened. I was driving home one rainy night, 36 weeks pregnant. A car ran a red light and crashed into me. Mark was out of town when he got the call. He tried to get to me as fast as he could, but he was 6 hours away. He called my mom, who lived just 20 minutes from the hospital. But she refused to go, saying she was at a spa with friends and that I always had these emergencies. That was the moment I realized I couldn't keep living like this. I had to stand up for myself and my daughter. After the hospital incident, things changed. Without my monthly transfers, my parents' finances tightened. Lily's fashion business collapsed, and she had to get a real job. My father started standing up to my mother, and he and I started to have a real relationship. My grandfather changed his will. 70% of his inheritance would go to me, held in trust for my daughter. 20% to my father and 10% to my mother and Lily, with the condition that my mother complete 6 months of therapy. A few months later, Lily called me. Her voice was small and unsure. Tara, I got a job. I'm also in therapy. I want to change. I wasn't ready to forgive her completely, but I sent her a text saying, good luck. Now, my daughter is growing up, and I'm determined to teach her that family is about love and support, not about exploitation. I've learned that choosing myself isn't selfish. It's necessary for my own well-being and for the future of my family.